So we're gonna go around the truck and we're gonna see everything that needs to be handled. And first we're gonna start off with the body. This paint is just Rust-Oleum spray paint and it's very tender to chipping and scratching. So I'm going to get the runs out that are in it and some of these sanding scratches that are in here. Get this ready for clear coat. This door has a ding right here that needs to be taken out. One right here that needs to be refined. And a couple right up here. They're hard for you to see, but not for me. A dent right here. And this needs to be addressed right here. This guy needs to be addressed. And if we go back here, we still have a dent right in here. It's very hard for you to see, but for me, I know it's there. I've already taken out a lot of this. There's still a low spot right here and right up here as well. The tail lights need to be cleaned back up. This dent may or may not come out, I don't know. This chip needs to be remedied, that's new. This has a crease right here from the previous owner. And if I look down the body line here, you'll see right along here it's wavy. They did some janky body work, and right here is a big old dent and it oil cans. So if you pull the filler out of this, it oil cans really bad. So that needs to be fixed. And then this door right here, this ding, needs to be taken care of. So if I come around the front though, this is where it starts to get really interesting. So if you look over here, you're like, oh, no problem, right? But if you come down the bumper, hey, whoa. And this is after I took a 10-pound sledgehammer and banged out a huge gashing dent right here. But if I go in here, that's where the magic starts. That's right, they folded the frame. No one has a safety report on this having ever been crashed, of course. And I come in here, and like, that doesn't look good. That looks quite janky, right? On top of the fact that the cowling right here is missing. This, they didn't even attempt to go with the same color after they burned through this with a welder or some, whatever they were doing, torch. And if I come underneath, you can see from the other side, it's just all jacked up. So I'm gonna address some of these issues and make it safe again. On this horn, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take and weld, let me get you in there. I'm gonna weld a 1-inch steel rod to this, heat the corner and down. I'm gonna start pulling this material out, get it straightened, and then I'm gonna weld it up so that the seam isn't ripped anymore. Because you can't see it, but they actually ripped the seam on that weld. This cowl has seen better days. It needs to be refreshed or replaced. I need to put the drip trim back in, and then we go to the minor stuff. This needs to be touched up because it's awful. If you can come back here and see, these look pretty awesome because I redid them. I do work with this truck, so it's still gonna be a little banged up. Handles need to be refreshed. This mirror needs to be refreshed. Fun fact, I got this mirror was hit after another mirror was hit, and yeah, I wasn't very pleased because this is a brand new mirror. Someone hit the end of it right here and they caused damage somewhere else that I saw. So I like to keep the mirrors tucked in. But we need to replace this right there, and we need, oh, very important safety thing. This rear caliper, if not both the rear calipers, like to stick sometimes. Those need to be replaced. This needs to be replaced, and then this bed needs to be scuffed down, cleaned up, and painted. This cheap bay light over here needs a little loving to bring it back. And if we go inside, I need to put the trim back on here. I'm thinking, now my kids ravaged this truck the other day. Thank you to them. Oh, look, we have a nice cut now. I'm thinking of actually doing an interior swap. My goal of this truck is to actually make it nice enough to basically flip this truck and give someone a solid truck. Let me go back to the engine bay. This is all cleanable, but yeah, we're gonna deal with the interior because it's just not right. And I bought it like that. Wasn't ever super happy about it. Let's talk about what's been done to the engine. New filter, new coils, new plugs. Will I change these coils out to Ford coils? More than likely, yes. Just as a service to the new owner. Unless I decide not to. There's no issues with them right now. This truck runs great, except for one thing. So my cylinder 4 it's got a roller follower that has failed. So now I sound like I have a Power Stroke, not a Triton. And I will tell you, I've replaced a lot of parts in this engine. There are a whole bank worth of brand new Ford Performance roller followers and lash adjusters. Those were soaked correctly and everything, did the whole number. I did new serpentine belt. There is a new pulley tensioner, a new AC compressor, which the threads were not tapped right from the manufacturer. So I got to redo some stuff in there, got to pull that out. But milling 340, high volume down there, you name it, all the fixes to bulletproof are in here. It has a WMS lockout kit. I have replaced the fluids in this truck, except for tranny fluid. And what clued me into the braking issue, in case you wonder, is because no matter what, I'm getting a slight green color that's getting darker actually here to my brake fluid, which means I'm getting air in there. New hoses, new fluids, everything that could be done was done. Some of the wiring in here was messed up, so I got pigtails and soldered new connections. All that works for the coils. The headlight connections, I had to get pigtails and wire in new stuff because it was jacked up. So yeah, this is a complete project truck and a half. We're gonna take the jets out for the windshield wiper fluid. That one's already sitting up. I have new ones, replace those, refresh the arms, and really get this truck together. Yes, it's a long list, a long video. I'm sorry about that. That is a semi-new battery. I bought it brand new because the other battery drained out. And we're gonna see where we can take this to where it's a good, solid, nice driver for someone that they can get plenty of service out of. Oh, and this is fun. Check your stuff when you get it back from the shop. I came back from the shop missing one of my hood hinge bolts. I was not very happy about that. These were brand new gas shocks or struts that I replaced because the old ones failed. You don't want to smack your noggin, right? So yeah, whole lot of work, but yeah, it's a beautiful truck. Nonetheless, I still love the style of this. It needs a lot of work. I do have the panel that goes inside the tailgate, and let's get at it. Let's get on this list.